Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Nightmare Mode run. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I just wanted a run that I know I'm going to have fun with, so I'm going to play one of my favorite characters, the Curious, because I always enjoy seeing what's in the box whenever you kill a loot alien. Just getting free items is so much fun. I am going to try something a little different with this character, though. We're going to be going for an elemental build, which is a little counterintuitive, because this character just wants to do as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible, and burning builds don't work well for that. But we'll start with Icicle as our weapon, and the Icicle should do enough damage to help us get through the early game. So I'm going to run over here, and then I'm going to manually target down the loot aliens, and we'll kill the gobbler as well. Obviously, killing the loot aliens is by far the most important thing to this character, so you need to manually target them on wave 1. Gentle alien, great find early. We're very happy with that. Whistle is quite dangerous for this character, because increasing the loot alien movement speed really does hurt you a lot. On the other hand, I will still take it, because it gives us extra XP gain, because it's a unique item for the Curious. And it also, of course, will mean that maybe we can even spawn more loot aliens. Do I want attack speed or elemental damage? I guess I'll just take the damage. On this character, you just always want as much damage as possible to make sure that you're clearing the loot aliens every wave. I'm going to ban Lost Duck, even though this is an item that we don't have yet. It reduces our elemental damage, and then I'm going to reroll here, and Snake is interesting. I'm not going to lock it, though, because we don't yet have a burning weapon. But now we do, because I can buy the wand and lock the taser. I'm going to accept the 10% damage penalty for having 2 icicles here. I'm also going to lock both of these items, of course, because just having a 4th weapon, I think, is going to matter more than taking minus 10% damage, or dealing minus 10% damage. Alright, well, we know the loot alien spawned, and we did hit it with our wand, so that's nice. Certainly the audio cue on the whistle is nice to play with, even though we know there's going to be 2 every wave, so it's a little easier to keep track of them on the Curious, because you know they're coming. But still a nice bonus. I'll take the alien tongue. I'll take the baby elephant, even though this isn't going to be very good, of course, because it's just fairly weak on Nightmare Mode, and all we care about is killing loot aliens. It is just an item we don't have yet, so that's what we're looking for. I'll take 5% attack speed, and then another elemental damage. And then here, I'm going to buy some weapons. I could buy fertilizer. What I have found on Nightmare is that I generally want to upgrade my weapon set even over buying fertilizer. On Danger 5, I like buying fertilizer, but on Nightmare, I have found that upgrading my weapons is so important, and you need to spend so much money on defensive stats and everything that it can be harder to do it. So making sure that we get a good weapon set out of the early game is critically important. I'm also going to combine my wand. The wand will do basically as much damage. Like having 1 level 2 wand will be as much damage as 2 level 1 wands, because the burning effect increases, and this will decrease the % damage penalty. Still gonna stick with 5 weapons, though, even though we now have 2 duplicates, because minus 20% damage is a real penalty, but not that big a deal, especially in the early game, when it's really the base damage of your weapons that matters. So we got that guy in the corner, and then this one's running off over here. Now this is where having the whistle is somewhat painful. I don't think we're going to be able to get this 3rd one, unfortunately. But I did get 3 crates somehow. I'll take the defective steroids here, and we'll take a boiling water. That's an incredible find. We'll take a coupon, and then we'll take another elemental damage, and then I'm going to reroll this. The crit chance isn't bad, but I'm looking for attack speed. I'm looking for elemental damage. I'll take 10% attack speed, because I've already boosted my base damage a fair amount. This shop, I should be able to buy everything here, and then reroll. I'm going to... I'll buy a wand. I can combine my tasers and buy a wand, and the penalty stays the same. I'm going to ban Gummy Berserker, even though we don't have a copy of it yet, just because it's such a bad item. And then I will reroll looking for more elemental weapons. And we'll go to the next wave here. One thing about the Curious is you need to not be afraid to take a 10 or 20% damage penalty in the early game. It's easy to offset that by buying percent damage, and it's very important that you have a full set of 6 weapons so that you can kill all the dangerous enemies that you need to face. And of course, because the loot aliens get stronger every time you kill one, it's really important that your damage keep up. I'm going to kill the curse aliens as well. We're on the Abyss, and getting cursed items out of a box would be great, so we'll take curse. Take the duct tape bag. I'll, of course, take. This is an incredible find for this character, and one of the items that I will buy multiples of, even though it gives us minus 10% damage. And then I'm going to reroll here. All right, here I'll take 5 crit chance. Will-O-Wisp, this early, this will be so much elemental damage. I'm definitely going to take it. We have 3 ways to apply burning already. Coupon, I could ban. I could say it's good enough to buy even at minus 10% damage, but I think that's not true, so I'm just going to ban it here. Now, I will buy the bag, even at minus 10% damage, and then I'm going to roll again, and we'll lock another torch, and I can keep upgrading my weapons here. Obviously, getting bag is really strong. I'm really hoping for some consumable heal as well. I need to kill these healers because the healers and buffers together can make it very, very difficult to kill the loot aliens. I also should have focused on that buffing alien as well, because it could have potentially buffed the loot alien, and then I wouldn't have been able to kill it. Alright, more elemental damage is great. I'll take a cog as well. Yes, it costs me percent damage, but it's another item we don't have. And the knockback is kind of relevant. We'll take some armor, and then here I'm going to take, I think, just more crit chance. Alright, so here I will combine and buy the level 1 torch, and then I'll buy these 2 items. Hedgehog is an item I don't have yet, but it does literal nothing for me other than 2% XP gain, and we're already getting a ton of XP gain, so I'm just going to ban it and take a reroll here. Gentle Alien is minus 5% damage, but is powerful enough, I think, to buy a second copy of. So I'm going to do that, because it's net minus 5% damage. We'll ban the baby elephant, and then I'm going to roll here. The level 1 icicle I want. I don't currently have anything that I can... I'll take a decomposing flesh as well, because we will need healing. I don't currently have anything I can combine, but I think I'd rather have the icicle than a torch. Probably. So do I lock it here? I think I probably do. Honestly, the taser's been really nice for making sure that we can stay on top of the loot aliens. Taking that hit was pretty dangerous, so I need to be fairly careful here. We're getting some free elemental damage, but I'm taking a lot of damage, so I need to kill this loot alien and heal. There's another one across, or right next to me. I was like, there's another one across the map as it was standing directly adjacent to me, which is really funny. But with low healing and no defensive stats, I need to be really careful for the rest of this wave. I'm not going to be able to get the 3rd loot alien, but we're gaining a lot of free stats, so I'm pretty happy there. I'll take the mutation. Broken Mouth I'm going to ban, because we already have a copy of it, and then I'm going to just take 6 max HP. You often take a lot of damage when you're running at the enemies. I think I'd rather have the torch, the second torch, than the second wand here. Scar I'll take, head injury I'll take, goat skull also does nothing for me, so I can pass on that. We don't have a scared sausage, so the Catling gun isn't going to be doing that much. We've gained 6 elemental damage already, by the way. I'm going to reroll here, I think. We'll ban head injury, because it's just damage negative at this point. Glasses I would take out of a box, but maybe not at full price. I'm still just looking for more weapons, mostly. And I'll take the coffee, I'll take the fresh meat, because we're building a lot of lifesteal, and then I will re-roll again. We'll take a jelly for sure. I'll take a clockwork wasp, and missile I guess I'll take as well. So some items that we're really looking for, just any defensive stats. Obviously something like fairy would be the best, but consumable healing would be incredible. We would take scared sausage extremely highly. I would take just any armor. Could be really important as well. Our damage is starting to really suffer against the loot alien, but we're gaining a ton of damage from Will-O-Wisp, so that's been really nice. And of course, as the waves increase, we're just going to get more and more. We'll take a Shady Potion for sure. Bait, pretty dangerous early on, but I will take it. My percent damage is very low. Here, I'm going to roll for armor, I think, because right now, having no armor is awful. And our elemental damage is very high. So let me roll. I missed a lot of times. I could reroll again looking for armor. I could also just take 15 attack speed. I think I'm just going to take the attack speed. And then here, I'm going to take some movement speed just to get that positive. We'll upgrade our wand. That's great. And then I'm going to buy all of these items and reroll here. Sharp Bullet reduces the piercing damage on my icicle, but makes our wand significantly better. I could also take Eye Patch, because I am building crit chance, and I think I will take the Eye Patch. We'll buy a cake, and I'll pass on Sharp Bullet, and then I will roll. Take a leveled up Icicle. We can eventually get this to level 4. Do I roll for 7 here? Think not. Alright, so this is a bait wave, so I need to be really careful of the lampreys, especially because we do have Curse, so we got a Cursed lamprey. And I don't want my health to be too low to be able to chase the loot aliens later on. But bait is both good because it helps offset our percent damage penalty, which we're still taking, and it... Oh, I really thought I would kill that goblin shark before it hit me. Taking that hit was pretty bad. The bait's percent damage is really good, but also it's just more enemies on the field, which is really nice for our... Alright, I'm not going to be able to kill that second loot alien. I had to run from the lampreys because I killed the blobfish by accident. As I was saying, the bait's really nice for our Will-O-Wisp because it adds more enemies to the field. I'll take the Peaceful Bee here, and then I'm going to take 8% damage. This is an okay spot to take a range upgrade, and I do want one range upgrade at some point, probably. I'm just going to take 6 HP here. We're getting tons of elemental damage for free, so I don't actually need to invest in that. And then, alright, nice. We got another weapon, so that's going to let me sell the torch and buy the lightning shiv. I'll buy ritual, and then I'll reroll here. Snowball I'll take, because we'll still be buying elemental damage. And a garden, I think, is a fairly important healing item, as well as giving us an additional unique item. Trying to clear that vampire squid, and then we'll kill the loot alien, and then we need to get the other vampire squid. Very important, I think, to kill the vampire squid first before we chase the loot aliens on this map. One thing I really enjoy about playing the Curious on Nightmare mode is just how it makes you have to think differently about when you can chase the loot aliens. On Danger 5, you basically drop everything instantly to go after them. We're actually going to get the third one this map as well, which is really nice. Makes up for the one map where we only got one. But because you actually have to prioritize killing certain enemies in certain orders on Nightmare, you play the Curious pretty differently than you do on Danger 5. Here, I'm just going to recycle the Toxic Sludge. Yes, the elemental damage is important, but we're getting a ton of that for free. I'll take a Dock Moth, I'll take a Bat, and then I'm going to take 9 speed here. Gonna roll for armor again with our level 15 level up. And I'm hard rolling for armor. It's getting really expensive, and we're not finding it, but even if I spend 100 on finding 3 armor, it's so important that I'm definitely willing to do that. Do I want the metal detector? It'll cost me 5% damage, but it does give me luck and a little bit of XP gain. I think I'm just going to ban it here, and we'll get a reroll. Alright, we'll take a silver bullet, and Plasma Sledge is elemental, so I'll take that as well. And Frozen Heart is amongst the best elemental items we could have found, and we'll take the beanie also. So, great finds here. Ideally, I would roll another level 2 weapon, but I guess I'll just sell my Icicle, if it comes down to it. If I get another level 2 Icicle, then obviously we can combine all the way up to level 4, and that would be nice, but we'll definitely take the Plasma Sledge. Because I just want more different weapons to get rid of the damage penalty. I am enjoying the elemental build. Now, I don't know how differently this would be going if we hadn't gotten gifted a, like, Wave 4 Will-O-Wisp or whatever it was. Just one of the most ridiculous rolls we could have gotten. Alright, we killed that. I'm gonna run over here and try to kill this one. Which I did. Clear the lampreys, and we'll run back over here and get the curse alien kill. Pick up some consumable healing. Alright, I need to be really, really careful at the end of this wave, because all those walruses spawned, and the cursed one hit me. Okay, so do I want the Sharp Bullet? It will decrease the damage that our Icicles are doing on subsequent piercing shots. It'll be good for the wand, and good for the lightning shiv. So I guess I'll take it. And we'll take a dangerous bunny. Scope, I'm going to recycle. I don't want to lose attack speed. And then I'm going to roll, and we'll take 20% attack speed. That's great. I have 15 lifesteal. I think I'm going to reroll here. I'll take 10 attack speed. And then I'm going to take 15 luck. And then we will sell the Icicle, buy the Plasma Sledge, buy Frozen Heart, buy Fuel Tank, and then re-roll. Beanie, of course, we already have one. Bait, I've got one, so that's just damage negative. Do I want the Ratzilla? It does, because we have Frozen Heart, scale with our elemental damage. It doesn't... We don't have a Scared Sausage yet, so we're not applying fire with it. It's a little bit of extra damage, but not much. I think we'll skip on it. And I will take a Spicy Sauce. I will take a Snail. Both of those make it a little easier for us to get loot alien kills. And I need more max HP, even at a fairly high price. The Whistle I have liked having. We've gotten a couple extra loot alien spawns, which aren't, you know, necessarily because of the Whistle, but it certainly, the extra chance of spawning them can't hurt for the extra spawns. And the audio queue, I think, has actually been very useful, especially because darkness waves exist. Having the audio queue so that you know to go looking for the loot alien can be extremely helpful as well. I really want a Scared Sausage because it'll make my Will-O-Wisp significantly better. The wand is doing a good job setting things on fire, but not a perfect job. Alright, there's the loot alien, so we'll chase it down here. Making sure to hit it with the Plasma Sledge, which is our highest damage weapon, and we got 4 crates that wave. Recycling Machine, incredible for the curious, of course. Boiling Water will recycle. Terrified Onion, I will take. We have a ton of move speed, so if we get... Finally got an armor upgrade as well. If we get offered Power Generator, we'll be very happy. In a reroll here. I'll take a Goldfish. Now, you have to be careful with Goldfish because once you reroll, it turns into Resting Goldfish, which is a different item. And the way that this works is it will then start giving you the 10% damage penalties if you buy subsequent goldfish. But when you roll one in the shop, it's going to show as though it's a new item. So goldfish you have to be careful of, and now we have to be aware that we can't buy goldfish again. I'll take the taser upgrade, of course, and we'll lock a seashell. It is minus 10% damage, but this is enough extra projectiles that it's very good. We'll take a crystal, and we'll, of course, take wolf helmet. 10 elemental damage, actually 11 because of the snowball, is obviously incredible. So this was a great goldfish, getting us 2 awesome items, or 3 awesome items that we're very happy to see. I'm going to take a few hits while I'm kind of circling this elite, getting it into stage 2. Once it's in stage 2, you can just hold still. I need to go clear this enhanced hatcher as well. And our damage output is really high. The plasma sledge is just one-tapping things, which is nice. I'm going to kill that blobfish and clear the lampreys before the next loot alien spawn, because I want to have as much room as possible to maneuver after the loot alien. I have to say, an early Will-O-Wisp really does break elemental builds. Yep, we have 6 different weapons, so of course the spider is an incredible find, and missile is just minus 4 attack speed, because we lose 10% damage if I buy it. Eye patch we don't need a second copy of. Here I'm going to roll for armor again, and we'll take 3 more armor. Now I have a much more reasonable amount of armor. I have a lot of attack speed, and we're buying even more, so I'm going to take the crit chance here, and then I'll buy wolf helmet first, because it increases our luck, seashell, and crystal. I can buy all of them. Alloy does cost dodge, which there's a chance we would buy a bunch of dodge on this character as well, if we get offered a few more good dodge items. So it is a real downside to reduce it, but the damage increase is substantial, and Banner and Cyclops Worm are great as well. And then we'll just lock all this stuff, because it's all solid items that we don't have. The, I'm blanking on the name, but the item that increases damage to high health enemies is, of course, very good for this character, since you're not going to be overkilling the loot aliens most of the time, so it's going to have a lot of chances to work. So even though that item is often pretty weak on a character like this, or like the gangster, where it's all about dealing a bunch of damage to an enemy with really high health, it can be pretty good. I do have to be careful of the enhanced pufferfish. Those are, of course, super dangerous. But we're outscaling, our damage is outscaling the run pretty heavily. We got 2 extra loot alien spawns there. Alright, I'll take the rat now. I'll take Ugly Tooth. We'll take Pocket Factory, it's just fun. And I'll take a Blood Leech. I would like to get positive regen as well. I'm gonna reroll here, and I could start building dodge, but 6 dodge going up to -1 doesn't seem like the way to do it. I'll just take another armor. We just want as much... Small fish is the name of the item. We just want a bunch of armor if possible. Campfire is pretty nice here. More elemental damage, and I will take the plastic explosive. We have the plasma sledge, so it's actually quite relevant to us. Reroll for 0 here. Cake we don't want because it's negative 10% damage. Well, 11% damage. The feather is, I think, okay. It gives us XP gain, and I probably will end up building dodge. Obviously, losing 3% XP gain. I mean, it gives us... It's, the 2% XP gain offsets the penalty. So losing 1% XP gain is not significant to this character at all. And we may want to build dodge later on. So even though the range damage is useless, buying just every item you see at this point on the Curious is usually the way to go. I have liked this weapon set. I would trade out, if I was going to sell something, I would get rid of the lightning shiv. So if we find a thunder sword, if we find a nuclear launcher, even a flamethrower, we'll trade out our lightning shiv for those. I didn't even see the loot alien there until it died. Sure, we'll take blindfold, and now we're happy that we've locked some dodge. Power generator we already talked about as being a pretty significant damage increase, and then 3 more armor is ideal. I'll buy these items, we'll reroll. I already have a spicy sauce, I'll reroll, I'll take a tree. Weird food is something we've been looking for the entire game. I'll take a claw tree as well. I do need more max HP, but the crit chance is pretty good. Community support I will take, and then I'll roll, and we can finally max out our icicle and buy a crown as well, because you can't be the king of Brotato without it. One of the best items we could possibly find for this character would be Anvil, to easily upgrade our weapon set without it being an annoyance. One of the major challenges for this character is when you have 6 different weapons, it can be really hard to upgrade them. You have to roll exactly a weapon of the level of the weapon that you already have to upgrade it efficiently, since rolling a higher level one costs you money and rolling a lower level one doesn't do anything. Rolling the higher level one costs you money because you have to sell the lower level one and buy the higher level one at full price, so it's significantly more expensive than the normal upgrade path of combining lower level items into a higher level one. Alright, the ricochet is unnecessary here, but I'm definitely taking it. It's just so fun. And I will recycle reinforced steel. It doesn't do anything. I'll take the baby squid. We're going to get probably 5 more waves, and we do want positive regen. Pearl is one of the items for the curious that you often will end up with a bunch of copies of. We don't yet have enough luck for multiple pearls to be damage positive, but we're getting close. I'm going to take 6 HP over 3 elemental damage. This obviously is weird, but it's what the character needs. We need health. And with 87 elemental damage, we don't really need more currently. And then with this upgrade, I think it is time to start investing in dodge. We can probably get 1 more red level up, and so dodge will be helpful there. I'll buy the crown, buy the icicle, buy the community support. Wave 16, I have 24 lifesteal. Do I want the weird ghost? I think it's too dangerous on nightmare mode. Alright, here's an elemental weapon that I can sell my lightning shiv for. The torch, interestingly, is the one getting out damaged, I guess because the wand is doing all our fire. None of these are worth doubling up on. I will take a level 3 torch, even though it's expensive to upgrade it that way, but I will take one. And then let's go to the next wave here. Alright, so I could have taken the weird ghost. Haven't taken a hit yet, so I'd have been fine. We'd have healed up by now completely to full. But I think on full projectiles, it's a little bit too dangerous to take weird ghost most of the time. So while my advice on Danger 5 is you should basically always buy that item, on Nightmare, if you're playing full projectiles, or if you have a projectile wave coming up, it's just too easy to sidestep into one of the environmental projectiles and die. Danger 5 gives you a lot of time at the beginning of the wave before you actually have to dodge anything, most of the time, because enemies tend not to spawn right at the start. But Nightmare is a little different with the environmental shots. 10% extra enemy health is not a big deal. Our damage is super high, and I actually do need more max HP, so this is a very rare time where we're going to take the alien baby. I'll take the snake as well. Sift's Relic, incredible. Black Belt, yep. We're taking all that stuff. I'm going to reroll here and take 3 more armor. Never bad to have more armor. Then I'm going to recycle that, buy the leveled up torch, recycle this, and buy the particle accelerator. A lock glass cannon with 20 armor. I think we can get away with the glass cannon, and then I'm going to reroll here. Baby Gecko, I don't really need anymore because we have Sift's Relic, so I guess I'll pass on that. It's just buying 10 range. And instead, I could get a leather vest, which obviously is way better. I like forgot that we had a particle accelerator, and it really startled me when the beam came out. I've gotten a lot of cursed, but 0 cursed items so far, which is funny. Because we've been building curse all game, but I don't think I've seen a single cursed item yet. Fortunately, I would say we're in pretty good shape. I'm going to recycle the piggy banks. We'll get 75 materials out of it. Do I want 10 attack speed for minus 12 damage? There are times where you would take that trade and take the coffee here. This isn't one of them because our attack speed is way higher than our damage. Gentle Alien I will usually take at minus 5% damage because the extra enemies will make up for that. And then here I'm going to roll. I'll just take 9 more max health. Now we're in really good shape for max HP. All right, this is a pretty nice shop. We have 30 lifesteal now, and then I can roll. I can buy the clover and re-roll. Bone dice is pretty good. You roll a lot on this character since you're going to find duplicate items. But this late in the run, I think it just won't pay off because we'll only have it for 2 shops. We're slowing the enemy so much. Because I have Ugly Tooth, I have Snail, I have Particle Accelerator, and I have Taser. So, I guess I would need a Wandering Bot to apply another different type of slow. But we have almost every available slow in the game. And that's another thing that I like about the Curious, because you just get random items, because you're incentivized to buy any item you don't have a copy of already. You just end up with a weird item set, and you get to use items and weapons that you wouldn't normally consider at all. I do wish that I had a scared sausage. Anvil, if we'd gotten this earlier, it would have been incredible. This is one of the best items for this character, because again, it helps level your weapons in a way that's normally awkward to do. I'll take the Cursed Baby Gecko mostly for the curse. We'll take the Tentacle, and then here I'm just going to take 4 elemental damage, take 9 HP. I'll buy Improved Tools. I'll buy Scarf here, because I do want more regen. I don't care about increasing enemy speed this wave. The bag won't quite pay for itself. Flaming Brass Knuckles, that's another elemental weapon I could have had. The bag won't quite pay for itself and will cost me damage, so I'm not going to buy it this late in the run. Take the turret, I'll reroll. I'll reroll again. Mirror, pretty bad on the Curious. Usually not an item character you want to duplicate items on. With some exceptions, of course. Barnacle would have been really nice earlier. Big Arms doesn't really do anything. For 36, I'm not going to reroll. So kind of a disappointing shop there. We didn't find much that we wanted. It is funny that by far the most impactful item that this run had, the Will-O-Wisp, we just rolled in a shop. It didn't even come out of a box. I also just killed a loot alien off screen somewhere, I think, because I heard the whistle but never saw it. And we do have 2 crates, so I must say I killed it and then stepped on the crate at some point. Or it was on screen and I just didn't see it. So this is plus 15% damage for -3 armor. I could make that trade. I think I will. It'll help me kill the bosses a little faster. And then, you know what, we'll just take the armor to make up the difference. We'll buy energy bracelet and we'll roll here. Cute monkey would have been really nice earlier when we needed the healing, but I'll still take it. Also nice that we upgraded the particle accelerator. That's what I was hoping the anvil would hit. Cursed bone dice would have been good. Wolf helmet, I think for -10% damage, we get 11 elemental damage. I do think that is still worth it, so we're going to buy a duplicate here. And I'll roll past all this stuff. Roll past this stuff as well. I'll buy the glasses. I could buy lemonade. Actually, I should have bought the lemonade in the book. I think that would have been more useful than the glasses. I was thinking I could buy 2 items, including glasses, but I believe I could have afforded these 2, but not the glasses. Anyways, that's all academic. Let's re-roll just for fun here. I would definitely have taken a hunting trophy earlier. And then we'll go to this wave. Need to get into melee range so that our plasma sledge can hit stuff. And there we go. That is the Curious on Nightmare mode. Super fun run. Really enjoyed it, as I always do with this character. Looking at our items here, so in the last wave, our Icicle dealt 40k, our Particle Accelerator 20, and our Wand actually dealt 35,000. Interesting. So the Wand really did well. I will say, ever since they've upgraded Wand, ever since the Wand buff, this weapon, I think, has been slept on. It's actually quite strong now, but I was not expecting it to out-damage our other weapons by so much. Now, we do have, obviously, 120 elemental damage, and we have Ricochet, and we have Seashell. So our ranged weapons are certainly are impacted a lot by that in terms of how much damage they deal, but this is still a really good result for the Wand, so really interesting there. Spyglass, kind of disappointing. 189 saved over the entire run, though that just means we were rolling good items. The Whistle, I was very happy with. It is a little risky to buy it on this character, but it worked out very well. 17k damage on Baby Elephant, but we got that out of a box. Coupon did great. Our bags for 1400, but the real hero, of course, was 60 bonus elemental damage from Will-O-Wisp. Lootworm did pretty solidly. Decomposing Flesh for 22 lifesteal, so obviously amazing there. Getting that early is always enormous. Snowball for just 7 elemental damage. Not incredible, but not terrible either. And then Dangerous Bunny did well. Recycling Machine, of course, was great for this character, as always. Double Wolf Helmet was nice. 14k damage on the Rat, so this actually did better than I was expecting it to. Still not, you know, super impressive, but not bad. What else? We had 6 regen from the Squid, 9 damage from the Pearl, only 11 harvesting from the Crown, but we bought that for the meme. And our Turret and Pocket Factory together dealt 6,200 damage, which is obviously very low. We were hoping to get a Scared Sausage to go with these, but again, we mostly bought that for the meme. Alright, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this run with the Curious, and I know I did, as I always do. As always, of course, if you have enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a comment and hit like. It helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.